player. Maybe that's why Bingham's not up there in Ricks and he's down here in Dixie. He couldn't get past BJ. But look at this tremendous effort, and just hanging on the shoestrings is Sam Leedy for Dixie. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Nothing on that play. There's motion there.
And lots of linen falls on the floor.
Boy, that's been our favorite call tonight, and that will bring up 2nd and 15 for Ricks. Something must be going on down there. A lot of fumbles, a lot of motion. People just not getting on the ball down there.
You know, I think it's just shivers. I think it's just too cold.
Well, I've shredded my coat since the first half.
Getting too excited.
And I'm doing okay. A lot of the faithful are still here.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
I'd like to say hello to my grandfather, Doyle Sampson, who slid out at halftime. He was a little cold. His team's not winning, so he went home to watch the BYU game on TV. We'll forgive you this time, Gramp. 2nd and 15. A clean play here. They set up the screen, and it's defended well. Oh, he breaks through the tackle.
Down to about the 35-yard line. A couple of Rydalk was on the play on the catch, and he just really just broke a couple of tackles. Some bad tackling attempts by Dixie gives him another 10 yards or so.
We'll see it here. They set him up, and you can see right there he's meat, and then he slides right through the defenders. And finally, Peagafi runs into him along with number 90. That's Terry Lineman making the tackle. So that will bring up 3rd and 7 as they get half of their yardage back on that play. 3 wide receivers. 1 lone setback is Edwards. Right down the gut, and he's wide open. And
right
it's
off once
up.
again, and caught down at about the 25-yard line. Looks like number 9 on the defense taking him down.
Well, you can see they line up Rydalch in the slot, and he just runs right down the markers, and a great pass. No one is in the middle. That's number 7. That's Jermiah Wells' responsibility as the safety to be there. And plenty of distance between him and Rydalch. And that's a big gain there of nearly 30 yards.
So Ricks is making a very, very powerful showing. And after this game, this is really the last difficult game that Ricks has to play. They have a few other, of course they have the games, but they're not very difficult opponents. All the ranked teams are past and gone. They can get past Dixie. They are very well in competition for the championship.
Flushed out of the pocket is Robertson. He'll eat it out of bounds, smart not to throw it away. He was chased out of bounds by number 34, Sam Leedy, and Sobrado, number 45. Dixie in good hot pursuit. It's one of those coverage sacks where he didn't have anyone to throw to.
You know, I was just going to say before the great play, the deep pass by Rydal, that Dixie was doing a great job keeping him in the middle of the field, not letting him get too many yards. I guess I can't even think it anymore. I'll jinx it.
Well, you keep running it at them until they can stop it. And Ricks was 2nd and 14 after the sack. Four receiver set once again, and they've got him all over the field.
Wide open.
Great
and
catch.
It's caught behind the back, over the shoulder, number 44, Rydalk.
That's your buddy there, Danny.
It is, number 26 to 6.
Well,
the score, Dixie behind.
That was poor defense there. As we watch this, Rydalch is running 100 miles an hour, and the defender is standing there waiting for him, and he just runs right by him. Right there, he beats that looks like number 15. That's our man, David Grant, that caught the fake punt tonight.
Oh, that's right. Man, that is it's so disheartening when you see such plays. They should be covered a lot better than they are, especially by a great defense like Dixie's. And just they're throwing their running backs right out to the field. They're throwing them deep. They're throwing them in the flats, and they're catching every single one of them. It's very disheartening.
Davis converts on the PAT. It's 27-6, Ricks College, and they are definitely looking like the #1 team in the nation tonight, as they are giving it to the home team here. We'd like to thank the cameraman up there on that crane. They are covering the action. We've got them on both ends of the field if we can get a shot of both of them.
You know, the boom lists at each of the ends of the fields are provided by a generous grant from Ahern Rentals. Ahern Rentals has been serving the Southwest for over 45 years and specializes in these high-reach equipment. So we'd like to thank again Ahern Rentals for their participation and sponsorship.
The way this game's going, they're probably wishing they never put it on the air. But hey, we're faithful. We're sticking around.
Now everybody's sticking around. You can see the crowd here, and they're just doing a great job supporting. Quiet. They're a little quiet.
So the special teams will get it out there. Number 4, Corey Groh, back to receive the punt or the kickoff, along with number 6, James Wells. Davis kicks the line drive to the middle, and this is going to be Crow.
Picked up and slammed down on the ground.
You love
Looked
to
like
see
by number 22.
He made a great play already tonight.
Yeah, it was Cody Kraus on the tackle, and here we see it again. And he just picks him up and slams him right on down. Here we go.
Boom.
Just there he is. He just gets through his the blockers, picks him up off his feet, and he lands straight on his
Those special teams players are special. They just go suicide mission until they hit something. And Kraus ended up hitting Groh. Alrighty.
Timeout on the field.
Looks like they're having trouble on the wide end of the field putting the marker down. No penalty there. 6:40 to go here in the third quarter. Dixie trails by 21 points. That's merely 3 touchdowns.
Here we are
Hi,
again.
Mom.
Hello,
Hi, Dad.
folks.
Appreciate you guys putting our ugly mugs on the TV.
Don't get much of that, do we?
Not enough.
Well, here we have a camera right here. We could have done something.
Well, it's okay. I didn't shave, so. All right, here we go, Rebels. Delama's still in there. Maybe we'll get his arm going. They run it on first down. Tony Jones tries to get by a tackle, but a good positive gain of 7 yards.
Now that's exactly what we need to see the whole time, is just keep that running, getting 6 and 7 yards. Jones is capable of doing it. Here's a replay again. Right down in the trenches, you see it.
And a lot of running near side, just off that right side.
Yeah, he's able to slip one tackle, or at least drive a little bit more until he's brought down by a couple more reinforcements.
2nd down and 3. The Rebels really need to march down and score on this drive. Jones gets it once again, but not so fortunate this time as he's wrapped up a gain of maybe 1. Give him 2.
And it seems you really can't run the same play twice on this Vikings defense all night long. If you can run it once, you get 6 or 7 yards. You run it the same play, they're going to catch it. They're going to stop you for 1, maybe 2 yards at the most. But it looks like they've been able to. If Dixie can switch it up, or that they have switched it up, it's been pretty successful for them so far. They just haven't done a whole lot of it.
3rd down and 2. Look for him to swing it to Jones once again. Drop back for a little quick pass to Bucky Orton. That's pass
interference. Oh, I was going to say, get a little excited once again. Again, I guess we just can't help but being biased.
Right over the back of Bucky Orton was Jeremy Reed.
And that ball was nowhere near Orton when he got hit.
Here's the replay, and you can see right there reaching around. Not a bad play, but he got caught. And that will give Dixie the 1st down. I'm surprised that they threw there, but a good solid play getting the tight end involved. They really haven't had anything with the receivers all night. Maybe they'll get the backfield involved in the passing game as well.
See, he's wiping off the ball, see? That means it's wet. The fumbles have been caused by the field. Yeah.
I didn't think the field could force a fumble. But a wet ball certainly can.
Wet ball.
As we have seen. 1st and 10, ball right at midfield, spotted on the 50. So give us a 50-yard touchdown pass, Delamas, and we'll be in the end zone.
Oh, it's picked off by number 3, and they call him down at the 28-yard line. Who was that? Number 3 on the
That's
defense.
Grant Pryor. He's a sophomore from Tabor, Alberta. So they're bringing in the Canadians, and they're tearing it up. for Idaho. A great catch. He went up and stole that right from Orton as the ball was just a little short. See the replay there. Cut off Orton.
That was a beauty. I couldn't resist. Dang it. But a great pickoff by the Rexburg natives.
That's going to end a few folks out of the stadium there.
I think so. We've got down on the south side of the stadium. We've got some people going home, or at least maybe down to the restrooms.
Maybe they're going to the dance.
That's true.
Well, Clay Walker is in concert right next door, so maybe they're going over there to kick up their heels. Well, there's a good play defensively by Dixie as they string out Rideouch for a change. Maybe Rideouch needs to be more of a wide receiver than a running back. He has just hammered Dixie tonight on the receiving end.
You know, the wide receivers for Ricks have really not done anything this game. I mean, there's a couple of quick passes, curls, and things, but the majority of the calls have been given to their running backs, which is really a different sort of game plan for the Vikings, traditionally anyway.
Well, the running backs do have 3 of the 4 touchdowns. Sean Morrison has the other one, and he is the wide receiver. They set up the screen for Rideouch. And a good tackle there by Lamont Ford, number 5, as he was right in the way. Wrapped him up short of the first down. That'll bring on a 3rd down play.
You know, that's got to be difficult. What to do in a situation like that? You know, I don't know. Maybe you bring in another defensive back to just his primary target is Rideout or the back that's going out. Maybe you bring in another linebacker to cause the flats to be closed. What do you do? I mean, it's a very difficult situation when you have your running backs as versatile as these 2 men.
Well, that's why Ricks is number 3 in the country. It'll be interesting to see after they pummel Dixie tonight if they will move to the number 1 ranking or if they'll just simply move up a slot and move to number 2. But the way these guys are playing tonight, you got to give them some votes. We'll see in the latest poll of last week. Ricks is actually tied with Tyler JC out of Tyler, Texas. 94 votes. They didn't get any first place votes. Well, that's a lie. Let me look at this one.
You know, back on that.
Ricks did get 1 first place vote.
Lincoln Mahada was the receiver on that, their tight end on that last play. Did a great job.
1st and 10. Little play action. Robert shuffles. And Peagapi will catch him, no problem.
And he's brought down about the 44-yard line. On that last play, I don't know if we can see the replay, they had one man go deep. Everyone else stayed out, stayed back and blocked or did whatever, but only one man stayed deep. That was number 9.
Here's your replay, Danny.
Here's a replay. You saw the man just fly right by. He's looking for him. 3 guys were right there, though, and they could have easily caught him with the distance that the ball would have to travel. And Robertson had nowhere to throw it, so he just had to shuffle.
Peagapi, you can see the speed of his speed. He really cut down Robertson. That'll bring up 2nd and 13, a loss of 3.
And flags on the play once again.
Well, I'm going to guess motion.
There hasn't been few of them, has there?
This is a long game. This is the kind of game where I'm glad I don't have to get up and go to work at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
So another break by Dixie, and they'll have to they'll bring it back another few yards and make it 3rd and very long for the Vikings.
2nd and 18 to be exact. 2:32 here to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. See if we can get everybody to sit still and get a playoff here. They'll swing it to Rideouch.
Gets around the corner, breaks the tackle, and dives down to the 1st down. So about an 18-yard gain, depending on where they spot it. He could have the 1st down.
Good little swing play here. You can see the replay as they just toss it, one of those little 5-10-yard passes, and then they run for 20.
Screen plays. I wish I would have counted them. There's been a million of them so far this game.
And sliding in for the tackle there, David Grant, as he slid right by, luckily caused him to spin. They give him the 1st down, so an 18-yard pickup, and it's 1st and 10. Doesn't matter what you do to Ricks, they continue to march and just are effective. Dixe has nothing to answer the screen. Edwards again, the lone setback. 4-receiver set. And Roberts, that arm's got to be getting tired, doesn't it?
Flag again on the play. It's no good, out of bounds.
He caught the ball, but must have been standing out of bounds, so it looked like a holding play. We'll go down and see what our referee says. Oh.
And it's holding against...
defensive holding.
That's something you don't see every day.
No.
You know, before this game, as I was looking at the press releases and things, I figured it was either going to be a very, very close game or a blowout, but I didn't expect it to be the Vikings so much ahead, though.
That's a pretty safe call. That's a politician's answer there, Danny.
There you go.
It
Well,
could have been
know,
close, or it could have been a blowout. I like that.
Lasco for mayor. What do you say?
Well, did you make the primaries? I didn't see any of your signs around town.
Oh,
But you would have had my vote.
thanks. I appreciate that one.
1st and 10 as they march with the penalty to the 34. Oh!
And a hard hit. You can hear it from up here.
Peogaffi right in there, and Rideout's shaking up a little. He grabs over. Looks like his arm's hurt, maybe. Wow.
And Rideout will have to go out.
They went with the blitz that time, and the blitz package stuffed Rideout, and he'll take a breather.
And that'll make it 2nd and long for the Vikings.
Which is probably just what they liked.
So it seems that way. Dixe will either take him back for a loss of yards, making it 2nd or 3rd and long, or a penalty that'll bring him back. But it just doesn't matter. They love it. They've been able to convert every time.
Right, open in the middle is Morrison, and that's a 1st down at the 20-yard line. And Ricks continues to eat Dixe alive.
For once we were right, unfortunately.
That's got to be at least the 2nd or 3rd time we've been right tonight, Danny.
57 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, 27-6. The Vikings lead it on the home field of the Rebels.
You know, if you'd think you'd have a glimmer of hope if Dixie's offense was able to really do something, but they have not been able to do anything all night, and it's really hard to have some hope about the outcome of this game.
They just aren't looking like the Rebels that we know.
Nice pass completed to Aaron Rodney.
And despite those 2 interceptions, Robertson has been phenomenal. He has been on target every time.
Well, even with the 21-point lead, they continue to throw. As we get a little closer, we'll see if they run it a little more, but you keep completing these passes and the clock's going to continue to roll, and that's going to do it for the end of the 3rd quarter, and we'll switch end of the field. 2nd down and 2, and Ricks knocking on the door of Dixe once again as Dixe trails 27-6. Mike Sandberg and Danny Lasco bringing you the game. We hope you're halfway enjoying it, at least watching Ricks, because they are playing some great football.
Back again at the beginning of the 4th quarter. The Vikings lead at 27-6, and they're 2nd down at about the 11-yard line. And Robertson will throw it away as he's just about getting hurled. Gets it.
I got it.
Could be a souvenir for a Ricks fan. They'll give it back. And a very smart play by Robertson to just throw that ball away.
Yeah, heads up play there. He felt the pressure. Those quarterbacks, they just have eyes in the back of their head and the side of their head. They feel that pressure coming. And now that'll bring up 3rd and 2, which should be nothing for Ricks. It'll be interesting to see if they actually run it or throw it.
Well, the problem is that all they're trying to do is get it into either Rydalk or Edwards' hands, and with just a little bit of running room. And if they got just a little bit, they can break a couple of tackles, get 10 yards.
They stack the backfield with 3 deep, and they hand it to the middleman Rydalk. And that was a good-looking play. They didn't have any wide receivers. Dixie knew they were coming right at him and couldn't do a thing. And that'll bring up 1st and goal, Ricks.
And Dixie hasn't been able to do a thing about anything that Ricks has done so far.
There's the replay. You can see them stacked 3 deep, and they'll give it to the middleman right there. The lead block will go through and just pump right off that left side. A great little play. So we know the Ricks can run, but they like to throw. 1st and goal, they'll give it to Edwards. He's the touchdown maker. He can't get around the outside as they string it out. Lamont Ford and Chuck Rogers, who's back in the game, doing a nice job on the tackle.
Lost yard in that, and yeah, if you look at the replay, the defensive line just strung him out really, really nicely. That's a textbook play right there by the defense. Knew exactly what to do as soon as they saw Edwards grab the ball.
This is the 3rd and 2 play.
With the 3 deep back, and that was a textbook play by the Vikings to bring that hole. That hole was huge.
Here they go again with the 3-back set. No receivers. We'll see which way they play it off this time. They give it to Rydalk on the right side. He steps through a few men, and he's down 2nd and goal from the 2. 3rd and goal. Good formation there that they run off of.
Rydalk just seems to have a great eye of where the holes are, where the defenders are coming from, and is able to step right outside or inside or whatever he has to do, and nobody can touch him until he's 8 yards down the field.
Yeah, you can see here he puts his hand right on his blockers and just steps right through them. Dixie loaded up on the left side. Now they're going to stuff it right in the middle. Look at all the red shirts. Right in the middle of the field. These guys need to be cheating up on that line. They're not going to throw. That's a fumble.
And he got nailed as he was looking for that ball, flat on his back.
They didn't get in the end zone. Robertson upset with the official. Don't know what for, but he's been restrained by his players. I think the ball came loose down there. But regardless, it'll bring up 4th down and 1, and I'm sure they'll go for it.
I don't know if you can see if we get a replay on that one, but Dixie on all these plays are just putting up a gauntlet and daring the Vikings to come on through it.
Well, the Vikings are up for the challenge tonight as they lead by 21, looking to lead by 28. And they pop it in with no trouble as Rydalk kicks it in off the left side, and Dixie.
What do you say?
This game is over. Tip your hats to Ricks College. They came down here and they have pummeled Dixie College, the #1 team. The previous #1 team in the nation. Boy, it was fun while it lasted.
Now, depending on what the #2 ranked team in the nation does from Kansas, Ricks will probably be ranked #1. But they could pull him up and pull up the Kansas team up to #1, and they'll only be ranked #2. But with this run that they're doing on Dixie, I highly doubt that will happen. They are clearly in contention for #1.
Davis kicks the PAT through, and it's 34-6. Garden City, Kansas does currently hold the #2 position. They're only 9 votes ahead of Ricks College, however, Danny. So I think you're right. I think they'll have a good chance of getting the #1 spot. But you know what? Down here in Dixie, we could really care less, I guess. All we know is Dixie's going to fall back, maybe stay in the top 10.
It may stay in the top 10, but after this really has been a very
eye-opening,
surprising game, a very eye-opening game to see what both Ricks and Dixie are made of. But they just have not been able to stop that dangerous duo of Edwards and Rydalk being able to throw and also run at their pleasure.
Rydalk's just picked his spots through that drive, and he was a big contributor on the pass and the run.
see the difficulty that Dixie is having on a passing team. Snow College, also a passing team. They have the best passer in the league.
Turn around, turn around.
And it's going to be very difficult against them as well. And it's a fumble on the play, and Dixie might have recovered. They'll have to look it over.
That parabolic mic is awesome down there. You can really hear the hitting. And Crow did fumble it. He coughed it up, but right in there to fall on top of it looked like number 6. That's Jamal Smith. Or James, I'm sorry, James Wells.
So they'll be able to keep that ball at 1st and 10 at about the 34-yard line.
Well, tonight, Dixie going down in flames, but they'll have a chance of redemption next Saturday night, the 18th. New Mexico Military Institute comes in from Roswell. They'll bring a few of their unidentified flying objects into town. The game time is 7 o'clock next Saturday night. Please come on down and join us.
Pass intended for number 21, Jones, I believe, Tony Jones. See the replay, just a simple screen pass. Trying to, looks like, duplicate the offense of the Vikings, but even that's not working.
Well, 34-6 now with 12-12 to go. Dixie's going to try everything they can.
And I think that Mike is pointing right toward I think that's the Vikings fan club over there. I don't know.
They got that parabolic mic turned up on high down
yeah, I
there
think
right now.
they pointed right at him. We can hear it for sure.
3rd down and 8 for the Rebels as they, once again, a drive not going anywhere. They go with a split back formation. Delamas has got his tight end over the middle, Bucky Orton. And that has been the only play of the night, and there's roughing the passer on Rick, so tack on another 15 to this play. Number 90 with the late hit, that's Steve Walker. He's been effective all night long. That time roughs up Delamas. One of the better offensive plays of the night for Dixie.
We'd like to thank Ahern Rentals for their I just have to stop when the guy talks. I love how he talks. You're able to hear him very, very quickly. But we'd like to thank Ahern Rentals for their use of their equipment today, their high-rise equipment, making it possible for us to clearly shoot this game. So Ahern Rentals, thank you very much.
They'll hit the clock to go. 11:34 and ticking here in the 4th quarter. Dixie
in dire straits.
Indeed they are. They go with the split back set again. 2 receivers. Delamas all day to throw, and he dumps it off to Jones, and nothing doing there. That's unfortunate. Delamas, and he was checking the weather patterns out there. He had so much time. Great coverage by Ricks as they have defended Dixie all night long, only giving up 1 touchdown in 3 quarters plus.
Great play by the offensive line, but just no one to throw it to. So the pass has to go to Jones in the backfield. The screen is still incomplete.
2nd down and 10.
Oh, they're calling it. Yep, pass interference. And he had him by the jersey, wasn't even looking at the ball, and that's a poor play by the Vikings.
That's the first time we've seen Clavon Brooks, number 2, the intended receiver. He's definitely a good athlete as he had the speed down the sidelines. We can get a replay of that. That was, I believe, number 27, Rob Warcup, not looking at the ball, as you said, Danny, and that'll draw a flag every time. If he plays the ball, he bumps into him, he's okay. But he didn't even make an attempt to play the ball. Underthrown was the ball.
But I guess that's better than a touchdown. If you got to choose between a 50 or the penalty and a touchdown, I'd take the penalty any day.
Dixie's 2nd best drive of the night here early in the 4th quarter. If they punch it in, they'll definitely go for 2.
Motion again. No flags though, so perhaps sticks weren't ready, I think is what it was, and they weren't prepared on the sidelines there to get the ball, so they'll just have to Try one more time with no penalty. You can hear the Rick's fans over there cheering out Vikings.
Well, for all you Utah BYU fans out there, I hope the Utah BYU game's a little better than this one. And I hope the red team does a lot better. Galamas throws out to Henderson in the flat, but a little too far off his fingertips. And that goes incomplete. That will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Well, I think it's safe to say that after this game, Delamas unfortunately will fall in his ratings. But haven't seen too much of him. They really haven't gone with the pass. They've really gone with the run, which was expected in this game. But I would have liked to see it in the air a little bit more by the Dixe Rebels.
Well, after watching Robertson throw all night, maybe you don't know what to expect, I guess. It looks like everything should be in the air. Jones is gobbled up as he tries to run right side. That'll be a loss of 1 and bring up 3rd down and 11. And this is definitely 2-down territory. They're not going to kick a field goal. They'll continue to march it out even on 4th down. But you're right, it would have been fun to see a little more aerial. Really, Bucky Orton, the only real target tonight for him, Danny.
That has been, yeah, he's the only one who's been able to convert the receptions. A couple of screen passes to Tony Jones, but nothing coming of that. And Bingham also has not been able to play very well. He's just not had the opportunity to get either inside or outside. And he would have been a great asset or a great build for that. Here we are, another quick screen to Jones, who jumps, and it's picked off by number 21. And that'll do it. That'll do it for the Rebels.
They tried to go with the little screen lob out to Tony Jones as we see it on the replay here, and that pass was just hung out to dry. And Sean Roundy, the freshman from Newton, Utah for Ricks, number 21, went up and got this one. He definitely looked like the receiver as he goes up and grabs it, and a great play. 21 against 21 out there.
A great grab there.
Sean Roundy with the reception, so.
I don't know if this is the band striking up to say thanks for coming, or if it's I'm sure it's trying to get the crowd getting filled up again. And they really need it. They need something to get this going. Go out in a flash of style, hopefully.
Well, I'll tell you what, Peogafi has the spirit of a champion out there. Nothing doing for our buddy Rydalch as he's shellacked by Rydalch. And this defense tonight, they've given up 34 points, but I'll tell you what, they have been on the field all night long. The offense has been 3 and out, turning it over. Defense has just been, boy, that's got to be a tough offense to keep up with. And you can see why Ricks is number 3 in the nation. I mean, they're a great team, definitely. Robertson, it's
picked off. He's got wide open space. If he can beat Robertson to the punch, he hurdles him over and grabs a touchdown. A great play.
Patero Salavea, number 13, just hanging out in left field. Says thank you very much. And Dixie saving a little face here. And they'll go for 2.
Looks like a gift.
There he is, Salavea. Great hands. As he went up and got it, found it right in the hands, and he's got clear sailing. Watch this leap.
Yeah, he just hurdles right over Robertson, in for the touchdown.
Great finish as he lands on his noggin. But Salavea, how many times does that happen?
Great play.
So Dixie will line it up for a 2-point conversion.
That gives the crowd something to cheer about. The reason why that worked is the defender just stayed home on the play, and he was right there waiting for the ball, closed in the zone, and looked like the pass was a little bit thrown inside, and just was able to catch that ball and grab it.
Well, it's interesting, Dick. Rick's up by that many here late in the 4th quarter, throwing out of their own end zone. A dangerous pass in the first place. That's the 3rd pick tonight for Dixie. Unfortunately, they've turned it over just as many times, if not more.
And the only problem is, I mean, the difference is that Ricks has been able to convert on those turnovers, and Dixie hasn't.
Timeout, I believe, called by Dixie as they set up a 2-point conversion. 9:30 to go. And be prepared for our second favorite play. Right behind the Fumblerooski is the onside kick.
Best play in football today.
They'll
Most
line it up for
exciting,
two.
I should say. Most exciting play in football.
Two wideouts. They've got Morgan Bingham at fullback. They like to give it to him in this situation. If they miss him, they'll give it to Tony Jones. They swing it to Jones, giving plenty of room, and he slips and falls.
Gets down to about the 4-yard line before he does so.
Well, that hurts. They'll definitely need a 2-point conversion now after missing on that. You can see the replay. They line it up pretty well, but good defense by Ricks as the defenders sneak right through the hole.
That was a great big hole there, but Jones just wasn't able to get his footing.
Well, here comes the onside kick. Well, my name isn't Larry Swenson. 34-12. 9:30 left to go in the ball game. Can we get a shot of the softball game across the field? That might be a little more exciting over there. Great facility here at Dixie College. There's the Cooper Fields. Playing a little slow pitch. They've got a great baseball field across the way.
Only one man back for Ricks, so they're expecting it. They got their handsmen up on the front line there.
I always wondered if they give scholarships for those kind of players. Put in the hands team. They're all on scholarship. There it is.
There it is.
Doesn't get 10 yards. Good play by Ricks.
And they'll have it at the Dixie zone for about 40, looks like
44-ish, yeah. Yeah, for Dixie to get that, it needs to go at least 10 yards. Ricks can attack it anytime they like, and they did. They fell forward. Once they touch it, it's a live ball, but he wrapped it up. Good play by the special teams. And Dixie down 22 points. Do you believe in miracles, Danny?
You know, I do believe in miracles. The miracles are easy. The impossible takes a little longer, and I'm still trying to decide what this is right here. I don't know. Wide receivers are way off of or the defenders, defensive backs are way off the receivers.
Well, I think they're going to try and chew up some clock with Rydolph.
If Rydolph keeps running it like that, though, there won't be much opportunity to chew up that clock.
Well, after that last series where they gave up the interception trying to throw out of their own end zone, they don't need to throw the ball this time. They just need first downs and run the clock. And you can see Rydolph run right at the heart of the defense. Salavea, a good block laid on him, and he couldn't be in for the play. Textbook football by Ricks College tonight as they are the better team. And this is Edwards. If he gets around the side, look out. He steps a couple tackles, and coming back to pick him up is number 34, Sam Leedy, defensive lineman. David Grant right there to make the tackle, but a good cutback move. That's number 33. That's not Edwards.
Yeah, that is Steve Lader. That looks like they've brought in a couple of their second string players to give them some experience, which it does hurt. Here's the #1 team, and you're playing against them, your second string. It doesn't bode well.
And you're on the winning end.
Yeah.
Down to the 8-minute mark to go in the ball game. They'll continue to push it. 1st and 10 after that last one, and this is Later again, a little spin move. But he's offended there by David Grant.
Hahn's pretty confident. Coach Hahn is pretty confident bringing in a couple of guys, letting them get some experience. And against a team like Dixie, that is great experience.
Well, you got to believe with Ricks, they've truly crushed some teams. So these guys have, even though they're second string, they have some experience in there. You got to believe that.
You bet.
The clock is now running. It is the worst enemy of Dixie. Maybe even more so than Ricks. And Ricks may have done the damage already. And stood up. there's our man, Peagaffi, right in there, the All-American.
About a loss of a yard on the play.
That guy is a stick. I don't know where he comes from either. He's clear out on the left side, and then all of a sudden he makes the tackle on the right side. Look at him. He's, oh, this is a different play. That's the prior play. Sort of like the way I buy my cars. I'm always a decade behind in the cars that I drive. We're one replay behind on that one.
Well, you know what they say. They don't make cars like you used to, so.
3rd down, 8 yards to go. Back to pass is Robertson right over the middle.
Wide open is his receiver.
And that's what we've seen all night.
Down to the 7-yard line.
Number 2, Lincoln Meharry. And he just goes down, builds a campfire, sets up a tent.
And they wait, and Dixie's defense is just waiting for somebody to catch the ball. And then they'll go for the tackle. So 1st down and goal for the Vikings.
The clock continues to run.
34-12, Vikings lead it. And they'll run it to give it to
That's
later again.
And he'll sneak it down there for a 1st and goal situation from the 2. Give it the 1.
Well, this is really nothing what I expected tonight, and I don't think anybody here expected this. I think the Ricks fans were very confident, but I think they're even surprised with what has conspired here tonight.
Beautiful shot of the temple there. Here's the 3-back set, and they'll give it to Rydalch, and he'll sneak it in for the touchdown. And chalk another one up to
touchdown
Rydalch.
for Ricks.
So that's what, 5, 6 touchdowns now for Ricks College.
With an extra point coming up, and they've just done a great job. Textbook the whole way through. Very few mistakes. 3 interceptions are really the only thing they've done. And I think they have more interceptions than they do incomplete passes, Mike. I'd have to check on it, but I'm sure there is. But this kick is up and good.
Davis is perfect on the PATs except for the 35-yard PAT. It's a beautiful shot of the middle of town, 41-12. As the temple shines bright in the center of St. George. That is the 3rd touchdown tonight for Nate Rydalch. Give 2 more to B.J. Edwards, and their backfield is responsible for 5 touchdowns.
The other remaining touchdown by Morrison, their wide receiver, who has really been the only excitement as far as the wide receivers go. Everything else has been toward the running backs.
Well, I guess you could say they haven't needed them. They've just been totally dominant. There's another shot of the PAT.
Well, it's obvious that Robertson and his backs have a great relationship there. They know exactly where each other are. Robertson has been right on target every time he's thrown the ball, except, minus those 3 interceptions, pretty much. And there's the band trying to get some excitement going on the Dixie side of the field.
Well, you talk about that experience, the backfield, Rydalch, Robertson, and Edwards, all sophomores. And they have played together for quite some time, a year, junior college. But if you can have experience at a junior college, these guys have it, and wish the best of luck to them down the road here. The kick is away. And this is James Wells, and he boots it around, kicks it around, and says, we'll take it at the 20, thank you very much. With 5:34 remaining, Dixie finds themselves down 41-12, and we may see a switch at quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised. Nope, Lamas is still in there.
We really haven't seen anything from Lamas the whole game. There looks like there's a flag on the play, though. I don't know if it was just dropped unintentionally or no. They're calling it, so
no such thing as an unintentional flag.
Excuse me.
Try it again.
And they'll take it again.
Well, the crowd has definitely thinned out, as you can see that shot at Hanson Stadium. We're still here, though.
We are still here, bringing you the whole game and all the game and nothing but the game.
Back to receive again for Dixie. Number 6 is James Wells, and Corey Groh, number 4. They'll back him up 5 yards. They'll kick it from the 30, so we should see a return here. And I like returns because look, watch for number 22, Kraus, and see if he puts the hurt on somebody again. Where does he line up? He's right next to the kicker on the inside, on the right side of the kicker.
And he's been able to get downfield very, very easily the whole game.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if somebody tries to pick him up. I'm going to keep my eye on him, see what happens. Wells will receive it at the 3-yard line. And here comes Kraus. Ooh, a double tackle. Low. It wasn't Kraus, though. No. Number 3, and on the tackle for Snow is Grant Pryor, along with number 26. Find a number here.
Here you see on the replay, once again, he just drives up. They're going to try to wedge him right up the field, and just a sandwich right into the middle. And there was nowhere he was going to go.
Adam Parker, the other conspirator on that tackle. 1st and 10, so Dixie, after all that, picks up 2 yards. That's the re-kick. Nothing, no!
Caught, number 2, and brought out of bounds at about the 45-yard line on Rick's side of the field.
Danny, my angle, I thought there was no way he was going to catch that, but that's Clevon Brooks. We talked about him earlier not being in the game, but he comes in and he's a factor.
Great catch by Brooks. Just right over the shoulder like that. It was on the outside shoulder, which is very, very difficult to do. But he picks it up, and 1st down for Dixie at Rick's territory.
45-yard line. Delamas will go again with Lockhart and Bingham in a split formation. Henderson and Crow in there at the receiver set. Lockhart flails out. He catches it. Great contact there with the catch and tackle.
He may get about a yard on the play, but that's about it.
Sean Roundy already has an interception tonight. He saw that play. As you watch it here, Lockhart just shuffles out, and Roundy tracking him down, and boom, puts the hit on him. 2nd down and 7. Give him 3. Looking for Bucky Orton as tight end.
Again, yeah. But this time isn't able to bring it down. Incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and about 7 or 8 to go.
Good effort there. Again, going for that one-handed catch. Here again, Delamas, maybe the ball a little underthrown. Well, we're a play behind on the replay. Sorry about that. But that was a good play. We'll replay the completed passes. We don't want to show you the incompleted passes. 4:30 to go in the ball game. 3rd down and 7 for Dixie. There's an old country song. Something like turn out the lights, the party's over. A flag on the play.
Again.
Wow.
A great defense by Dixie's cornerback. Just tap that ball out of the way like that.
That's Warcup. We've called his number several times tonight. He's the one that blocked the punt right out of the gate tonight and set the tone for the defense of Ricks, and they have not let up one iota. Well, the offside call goes against Ricks.
You know, that's really the only way that the Dixie has been able to move the ball is by penalties, but I really just don't see any urgency. A couple of deep passes finally by Delamas, but other than that, I just don't see any urgency at all on Dixie's side.
Nonetheless, Dixie's still a great football team in Division II and NJCAA. They'll fall, but they will continue to be the top team in the nation. Bingham gets a good run, and he'll pick up the 1st down. And that's where we talked about Bingham getting a lot of yards down the stretch. That's the play he's been running, right out of center. And Ricks has been not allowing that tonight. So this will be a crushing blow to Dixie College in the athletic program here this year. But don't give up on us.
Looking to pass, has a lot of time, has to drop it off down to number 1 for about 5 yards, and he's laid out.
That's Eric Lockhart. We've got a little extracurricular activity.
Looked like number 64.
Pilarowski taking offense to this beating of them by Ricks, and we're going to have a personal foul on Pilarowski.
Which is far too bad. The game, you know, tempers are rising. I'm sure Dixie's not feeling very good about it, but we'd like to see the good sportsmanship continue throughout the whole game. Sometimes, you know, tempers flare and it can be understandable.
I have a friend that plays for Dixie High School. Has currently been suspended for 2 games for getting a little out of control. Yeah. Immediate ejection. It's that high school. They're pretty tight with that. You even cuss in that league and you're gone.
Right. Especially down here in southern Utah.
Yeah, they try to teach them young.
It's just not called for. It's just not permitted.
But this is embarrassing to be the #1 team in the nation and come down here and just get run over. The offense has only has 1 touchdown, the other coming by the interception by Salavea.
Fortunately, who they are losing to is the #3 team in the nation, and not somebody like Eastern Arizona like last year. And so that still will help them in their ranking.
Delamas hit as he passes. The ball's tipped away.
Man, great coverage by number 5 for Ricks.
That's Jay Hill on the coverage, another sophomore. This team, all their real talent positions, a lot of sophomores on the squad, so they're riding this season out for as long as they can get it, because next year they may be down a little bit, but right now they are strong.
It looks like Delamas is down on the field and he's not getting up no, he's not getting up at all.
Well, he was hit as he threw.
They'll bring out a couple of other guys.
Well,
Looks
number
like Austin Burge, yeah, number 18 is the backup quarterback.
Well, you don't want to lose him for the rest of the year. You can afford to lose him the rest of this game. He sits up, and hopefully he'll walk off the field. Maybe had the wind knocked out of him. You can see he's wanted to walk back to the huddle, but he's got to go out at least 1 play. That's just the rule. And it looks like he's going to be okay, Danny.
Well, Delamas, he was hit pretty hard. And he's a tough kid, though. I'm sure he'll be back. 3:33 left in the ball game. 41-12, Vikings lead it over Dixie in their home field.
How do you like to be Berg right now?
You know, I don't know.
And he comes in and has to pass on his first play, and it's completed. To Bucky Orton. We've got a late flag and a late hit on Berg.
And I think we're going to be able to tack on a few more. Yep, looks like roughing the passer.
Number 94, that's Brian. Okay, bear with me. Tulikia Hihufo. Tuliki Hihufo. You got it. Berg comes in, completes it to, he just kind of hung it up there. Luckily, Bucky went up and got it. So no respect for the backup quarterback at all. Levon Brooks checks in as he brings in the play.
Well, he's still out there, though. Number 18 is still out there.
I don't know why you'd bring Delamas back in at this point.
With only 3 minutes left.
Right. No reason to get him hurt. Still a long season. We're only just about halfway through now. A few faithful sticking it out. They brought their blankets, their mittens. First down and 10 from the 12-yard line for Dixie. It'd be great if they can push it in with just 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
He's back to throw again into the end zone. Picked off.
And that's intercepted by Ricks. And
he's got wide open field. If 33 can't catch him, he's gone. But he does at about the 43-yard line.
Jeremy Reed picks that one off as Berg threw into the triple team. We can see it here on the replay. He fakes a little play action, but throws right into three defenders. 1, 2, 3.
You see a couple of guys on the near side of the field that were open, But
that's Riggs.
really, Rick's just has to, they can just run the clock out now. They've run it a couple of times. Maybe if they get a first down, it's definitely over.
Morgan,
They might even be able to run it out now.
Morgan Bingham tracked down Reed there and made the tackle. They'll give it to later as they just try to run out the clock. He's spun around and tackled there by Dixie. Grant in on the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd and 12 for Ricks.
You can hear the Dixie College band just trying to pump things up in this last array. 2:19 left in the ball game. This game is definitely sealed. Signed and delivered by Ricks.
Look out, the blitz is coming. He gets away. We've got a new quarterback in the ball game. And he's tripped up. Number 4, Cole Cooper, coming on to finish him, mop up the rest of the mess. The clock's running under 2 minutes. He did a nice job to escape the blitz there. Kyle Wilson, a running back, now playing defense. And Wilson flying in there. Here he comes on the blitz. And Cooper steps aside. And he's tripped up there by number 34. That's Sam Leedy. Leedy's had a good game tonight.
Cooper did a great job getting out of that pocket, just wasn't able to convert on anything afterward.
They're down at 9, and they'll continue to keep it on the ground as later is going to be near a first down. I don't think he's going to quite get it.
We'll make it 4th down, then what do?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
They just as well run it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And they will. They'll bring in Rideouts, and they'll go to that three-back set. Hand it to Rideouts, right or left, and he'll pick up the first down, no problem. Give him 4th and 1, if it's that long. Can you say a short one?
You can say a short one. A few feet, inches.
So there's that 3-back set. Rideouts is the key man in the center. They give it to him. And look out! They got him. So he picks up 5, 6, 7 yards. Plenty for the first down, and that's about going to wrap up the ball game. They'll have to move the chains and get the clock going, run one more play. Danny, it was a pleasure working with you tonight.
Hey, same here. It's been great. This is, the first time I've called the Rebel ball game, and it's been great. Hope to do it again sometime. Thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. Hopefully it won't be under the same circumstances. Larry lost his uncle and went to the funeral. But no problem. This clock is under 30 seconds now. This will be the last play of the game, and they'll run out the clock. We'll let you listen to this one on the parabolic. Well, that'll about do it. Letter gets the last call of the night as he picks up 3 or 4. But no matter, Ricks has come into St. George and pummeled Dixie on their home court.
5 seconds to the end of the ball game. The teams will come out and congratulate. There's the game.
Well, we'd like to thank everybody for being with us tonight for ball game. There's the big flag of Ricks flying through the middle of the stadium. We'd like to thank Stan Everett down there, our producer, as we roll the credits. Ken Richmond has been our producer tonight.
Rainbow, we'd like to thank our corporate sponsors, Rainbow Sign and Banner, Boulevard Home Furnishings, our executive producer, Stan Everett, our director, Courtney Booth.
Hey, where's Ken Richmond?
Corey Clyde and Ben Tanner will be our engineers. Dane Hunter, our audio specialist.
Well, there's everybody, the whole crew.
There's the whole crew. You can read CG's, our graphics done by Christian Smith and Trent Staley. Instagram play, Lisa Pugh, and looks like Israel's. And then here we go. Talent, Mike Sandberg, and me, Danny Lasko, but out of the K, folks. And thank you very much, Mike, once again, for letting us be here.
Okay, well, come back and see us next week. We'll be here. For Danny Lasko, I'm Mike Sandberg. Good night, everybody.